Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm fixing to tackle the transformed wife, so go grab something you can scream into. Sorry for the glare off my glasses, but my eyes are just a little tired today, so stay tuned. Okay guys, we're going to be tackling the transformed wife today. Again, I want to apologize for the glare on my glasses, but I had a rough day at work and my eyes are a little tired, so I'm going to be doing some reading and I want to be able to focus on this and not like really strain my eyes and cause a headache. So, looking at the transformed wife, I've been doing some research, reading through some blogs, trying to get some videos together for you guys, and I came across one of her blogs called Strong Single Woman Advice, ? It's written by Lori Alexander, posted on August 16th, 2019. She opens the blog with this quotation: "Strong single woman, if people tell you that guys are intimidated by you, don't mind them, because you are not going to marry that kind of man. Else you will crush him and emasculate him. The man you will marry won't be intimidated by you, but love your strength, because he will also be strong and secure in God and himself." Sounds like sound advice. Very good, even with the Christian swing to it. Good, sound advice. Now, let's see how Lori's going to screw that one up. So she starts off with, "This is a meme being passed around social media by a Christian woman. Do you think this is good advice for single women?" So I asked wise women in the chat room. So we're going to listen to some of the wise women Lori asked. Of course, she's only quoting a couple of people, which means these are only the people that agreed with Lori. She said, Heather replied, "A woman who crushes and emasculates any man for any reason is not a strong woman. If she is actually strong and secure in herself and God, then strength would be expressed as love, faithfulness, and gentleness." Lindsay answered, "This is the kind of silly nonsense perpetually single harpies tell themselves to feel better about not being able to find a man who wants them. It's just because you're strong and he's intimidated by you, he's not man enough for you." Actually, in this day and age, I find that to be true. There's a child complex going on with a lot of men these days. I mean, I can't tell you how many men, I use that word loosely, are still living at home with mommy and daddy. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess this is Lindsay still talking. "No, you're a pill, and nobody wants to live that way. Feminism turns women into horrible, selfish people. Note there are women who are single far longer than they would like to be, who are not feminist harpies, but they generally don't go around blaming all the men and claiming they're strong, and so men are intimidated by them." I didn't blame my singleness for the periods of time that I was single on me being strong and men being intimidated by me. I had stuff going on. I wasn't looking. I didn't care. And I really don't see a whole lot of women saying that, actually. But yes, I am a strong woman. I'm very loud about my opinions. I don't back down. I'm very headstrong. So, yeah, I can see where people would be easily intimidated by somebody like me. But I didn't blame that as a reason why I was single. I had a lot of stuff going on. I tell people all the time, when me and my now husband started dating, We were together for 30 days. My daughter went into the hospital for 47 days straight. If he walked away at that point, I could have been like, I don't blame him. That's a lot to take on. But he didn't. So that proved how much of a man he was. But I do know that there are several men, again, using that term loosely, who would have tucked tail and ran. One of those men was the father of that child. So, yeah, again, you're saying all of this stuff and you're wanting to quote the Bible and giving all of this stuff, but you're also not looking at the society and what you're talking about. I mean, I'm going to need y'all to get your heads out of this ancient, very male-driven book and actually look at the world around for just a second. Just a second. Then we have a Nancy responded with, it's true, but not in the way they mean it. You will crush and emasculate your husband if you're not strong in your submissive role as a true woman of God. According to Scripture, Proverbs 31 woman, Titus 2, 1 Timothy 2, 11 through 15, and Proverbs 12:4, strength, not what the world calls strength for women. And this is where I have a problem. Why does the woman have to be submissive? Why does she have to bow and stoop and bend? Why can't they be a strong couple together? Why is it that the woman has to bow down and bend her will to everything the man says? What if the man says, okay, I'm going to spend every last penny we have on whatever. And you're like, but I don't think that's a good idea because I think we need food in the house. But because you're living your life by these quoted scriptures and he's supposed to be the head of the household, you're not supposed to say anything. You're not supposed to question his leadership. You're supposed to be submissive and just be like, okay, honey, whatever you think. No, I don't think so. And that is not the way I will live my life ever. It's not going to happen. In my household, that's going to be one hell of a fight. Point blank, period. Just like if the shoe was on the other foot and I wanted to do the same thing, my husband would be like, no. Get your priorities straight. Okay, so then Meredith wrote exactly, if a strong woman is crushing and emasculating her husband, she is not strong, but rather rebellious. The truly strong woman will be in submission to God and her husband and will joyfully live out the role God has given to her. Her strength will be a continual blessing to her husband for something that, not something that that intimidates him. And then lastly, Whitney thought that this is what keeps strong women single. Okay. I mean, I don't know how many more times I could say this in this one video. But again, in this day and age, when more women are raising children by themselves because these quote unquote men are walking out the door and not doing anything, you need these strong women to step up to the plate and do what they have to do and make the sacrifices that they have to make to raise the next generation. Now, yes, not all women are making the appropriate choices. Nobody said that. But in this day and age, a lot of them are. I am one of them. I got pregnant at an early age. I was 19 when I got pregnant with my daughter. I was just barely 20 when I had her. I was in college. I finished college a semester early. I got a job. I started supporting my family. I did marry their father. I I was pregnant with my son when I graduated. I had a job. I was working. I was going to school. And I finished my college degree. And I continued. When my marriage ended, I continued to work and take care of my kids. I have continually made those sacrifices. It is what you do. But this doesn't end this here. So Lori has to throw in her 2 cents, which pretty much is men are not as intimidated as one believes. That is how she opens her opinion. Men are not as intimidated as one believes they are. But then her second sentence of her opinion then turns around and contradicts the first. She says, "Our strength, men are not as intimidated as they believe." The way not to intimidate a man is to be kind, cheerful, and friendly. But they're not as intimidated as one believes. But to not intimidate them, you must be this. So you just contradicted your first sentence. Then she says, "Our strengths come from the Lord, and He asks that we have meek and quiet spirits." I can guarantee you I don't have a meek or quiet spirit. I have never had a meek or quiet spirit my entire life. Then it says we aren't strong in ourselves. We are only strong in Him. She never mentions this in her advice to young women, talking about the Christian woman with the meme. I don't think this advice is going to help any young women find good and godly husbands. Lori does this consistently. Now, she claims that she's not preaching to any men, but she's only preaching to women. But the entire time, she's constantly putting women down. The entire time. Like, you're not strong. You're not capable. You're a wife, a mother, and a housekeeper. That's all you can ever be. You don't need an education. You can never do anything better. Finish high school, get a husband, start popping out babies, start cleaning your house, start cooking. Never tell your husband what to do. Never ask any questions of anybody but your husband. It's like, that's all a woman can do. Like, you're pretty much just a servant and a slave. And then she ends it off with, "A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband," Proverbs 12:4. Why can't she be a virtuous crown to her husband while she is questioning things, working outside of the home, being a boisterous type of person? Why is it she's only a crown if she is a meek and mild little pipsqueak that everybody walks on? I mean, why is that? I would ask Lori these questions, but, she blocked me on Twitter, so I can't ask her these questions. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that bell in the comment section down below. Let me know, what do you think about the original meme? What do you think about Lori's picked comments? Also, what do you think about Lori's conclusion? Also, in the description box down below, you'll find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that I can't see Lori's evidence on anymore. And my email. If you have anything you want me to cover, you can send it to me on any of those platforms. If I do a video on it, I will shout you out in that so that you know that you are the reason behind the video. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.